Creature from the Black Lagoon, an iconic film that, to my surprise, I discovered was filmed in 3D. Now, to me, iconic means that I've seen the imagery but never the movie, so this is new to me. And what did I find? Well, I found myself unprepared for the terror that would behold me. Naive I was to think that this would be a pleasant, safe, leisurely cruise down a river, for there was an unseen threat lurking in the shadows of this movie. Ever present, yet it often slipped by unseen, the residents of our story unaware of the death and chaos that followed them as closely as their very own shadow. And what I mean is the horrific safety protocols on this movie. Look, he's about to shoot the head off the guy mixing up that brew. But don't worry, he gets his revenge. And look here, he's absolutely unconcerned about shooting off his friend's head here. And not to leave the captain out, there's his shipmate there putting him in danger. But back to the movie. Now, the 3D is very good, but the image does get a little soft underwater. Despite the murkiness, there are some interesting moments. The water dust makes for some nice snow globe star-filled moments that are fun. And I loved this shot of where they dropped some poison pellets into the water. This shot lingers for a good while, too, creating these pillars of clouds. And similarly, we have this underwater spray gun that offers a similar effect, generating some nice little puffs of clouds to look at. Now, he's wondering, who should I point this gun at? The cameraman? Nah, the actress. Why not the captain? Or you know what? I bet if I accidentally shoot the lead actor, I might get his role. How did the guy in the suit breathe underwater? Was there a canister hidden somewhere in the spine of the suit? That looks like it would be a nightmare to swim in. I wonder, did the stunt guy practice beforehand, or did he just show up for work and they dumped it on him and told him to figure it out on the spot? I could imagine both. It's a surprisingly sophisticated suit with a working mouth and gills that above water pulsate very similar to how a fish would actually gasp. I wasn't really sure how I felt about the look of it. On one hand, the expressionless eyes seem a bit silly, but it is accurate to what it's like encountering a fish. A fish doesn't have a happy or a mean face, and that it's actually kind of scary when you think about it, because the creature has an overall shape of a man. You instinctively are looking for some type of human expression from it, but when it doesn't happen, well, it's at first a bit silly, but then I got to thinking that this is a fish, that it's operating under instinct, and it's more scary, actually, because it's a dispassionate mind, similar to a hunter fish or an alligator. Yet its shape is like a lure that will confuse a person. Its big eyes might elicit some sympathy and cause people to waste time trying to relate or communicate instead of running from it or fighting it. And what should I do? What should I do? I know. Let's take this gun and point it right at my face. Good job. Good job. Now, above water, this is, again, as I said, fairly consistent and easy to look at. The film is in great condition, and I didn't notice any technical problems between the eyes. However, one of the issues with stereo is that it often reveals special effects that work just fine in 2 dimensions. Now, this movie is a great example of this. Many shots on the boat are filmed on a soundstage using a projection screen behind them for the jungle. So beyond the boat, you get a flat jungle. Now, it's not enough to completely break the movie, but it's definitely noticeable. Here, would you hold this and point it at your face? Okay. Now, they've demonstrated that as a working harpoon gun elsewhere in the movie. Now, on the flip side of the special effects being revealed, these cavern shots love the stereo. The scenes in here are a much better experience in 3D because you can feel the closed-in, kind of maze-like nature of being in a cave. It becomes not a backdrop, but something that you can actually travel through and get immersed in. And that really gives you kind of that theme park funhouse feel of being somewhere new, exploring somewhere new. Now, a black and white movie, 3D movie, is something of a rarity. It may seem like there are lots of them because Creature and It Came from Outer Space are classics, but a quick offhand count, I could not count 10 3D black and white movies. And now the present day needs no explanation, but in 1953, one of the advantages movie theaters had was showing color. Now, at the time, color TVs were beginning to come out, which was probably what made them put out movies in 3D because they saw that the color TVs might take over. But that didn't happen. There were competing formats and not a lot of broadcast material, so color TVs were still 10, 15 years away from becoming commonplace. And once the studios saw this and saw that it wasn't as big of a threat to them, then 3D just became less needful. Now, I hate anaglyph, but if you must use it, I would contend it's better with black and white images. I would go so far as to say even a color movie is best converted to black and white before watching it in anaglyph. It lets your eyes focus on the contrast rather than trying to resolve for color. Well, okay, everyone, let's get in front where we can hit you a lot better with these guns at your back. Wow, this movie's incredible. And here, check this out now. Now let's back this up a bit. Look how close they fire that to him. I hope it wasn't at least pointed directly at him. I wonder if those bullet holes we see later are real. Just incredible.